Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Slice of Gaming podcast, episode 144 for April 24th, 2026. I am your host, the Untroubled Wolf, and I'm joined today by two very special guests to talk about all the things in the gaming world. Some Xbox, some Ubisoft, even some Nintendo. A lot of cool stuff going on, and also big reviews. But with that, I think it's time to introduce the two people who are with me today. First and foremost, I got my main man, Jack. How you doing, Jack?
Hello, thank you for having me back after the disaster that was last week.
Hey, last week's. Oh, are we talking about the podcast or the tier list?
Well, a bit of both, but mostly the Xbox rant.
Well, we're going to talk more about Xbox, and they're actually into positive news today, so that's something exciting. And joining me as well is my main man, Moon. How you doing, Moon?
I didn't believe in Saros' score, so now I'm paying for a dealer by being sick. The world is coming. The karma has come back to me.
Were you saying low 80s?
No, I was just I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I think I wasn't like in the '90s camp that it was going to be there. Now it's it's not there.
Yeah, I mean, you were right, but you didn't factor IGN review having a reviewer who doesn't like roguelikes reviewing a roguelike.
Yeah,
So
that's it. The world is just too unpredictable.
Yep. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the SARS reviews. We're gonna talk about the Xbox Game Pass drops, all the cool little things going on, and especially we're gonna talk a lot about what we've been playing because we've actually been playing quite a bit. Before we get to that, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever your favorite podcasts are found, check us out. Twitter and Blue Sky at a slice of gaming, all one word, and also like the podcast helps us out a ton. Now, before we start, I do want to ask real quick. So we were talking about Kiln before the podcast about how like that game just came out and nobody gave a shit about it. Do you guys know how many players it has on Steam right now?
Oh God, I didn't even think to look there.
260.
Okay, 250
260 is going to be my guess.
playing right now. Is that what you're saying?
And it came out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So right now it has 71 players playing.
And we don't have to you just have to believe in the Game Pass, and that's where everyone's playing right now.
No, it's all-time peak 193. So even Jack's prediction wasn't right for the all-time peak. I feel bad laughing at the game, but I'm also like, what did you guys expect? You released a like game like this for $20, like people are not gonna play it. Like it sounds mean, but it's also like, what were your expectations? And maybe their expectations were, we don't give a shit.
When does I know we'll get into it, but when does the price decrease kick in? Is it already?
It's already
Should
in,
be.
yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
I wonder
now.
if people like start renewing now the price has gone down and they'll be like, oh look, a new game. Maybe they are playing it on that.
I doubt it because I would assume the majority of people, especially because it's the weird time of the month, where I would assume like a lot of people have their subscriptions either at the end of the month or the beginning of the month, and they just do it in like on the 21st or whatever that day was. It's like so it would have been caught in the middle of people have already spent their $30 for the month or whatever their plan is, or people like me who bought the year supply. It's like, well, this doesn't affect me right now. It'll affect me a year from now when I have to renew. So I don't think the price drop was immediate for people of like either getting the benefit or okay, now I'll do it. No, they're gonna wait for their next paycheck and then maybe they'll resubscribe. It was just a weird time to do it.
Yeah. I also, even if people did resubscribe to Game Pass, I don't think their first thought is, "Oh, let me check out Kiln."
No,
I think they're gonna go play like
that was Final Fantasy.
yeah, or like a Halo game or something. I don't know. But yeah, shout out to Kiln. I hope it does better. I don't think it will, but we'll see. Also, Jack, you said $20. It's actually $17.99.
Oh, I think it's discounted at launch, isn't it? Or is that the actual price?
I think it's discounted. Yeah, because it says minus 10% on the Steam price history. So
Makes sense.
apparently it's a special promotion, ends April 30th. So probably for the first week. Yeah, I don't know. Really, just rough one for me. I hope it does well. I don't think it does. I hope Double Fine at least just gets past it, and it's like, okay, we forgot about it. Whatever.
I think they will. I think it will because the way the Double Fine is set up, it seems to be like you're going to be a weird little experimental game thing that you're just going to shove out a game like every 6 months. That's like this small thing. Because I mean, look, you had Keeper at the end of the year. Now you have Kiln for the spring. They're probably going to put something else out by the end of the year. So that seems to be just their thing. And Microsoft, I guess, is okay with that, hopefully. Especially
Mhm.
now with the newer head, they're like, okay, let's just let Double Fine be its own thing. They're not costing us too much money.
Yeah. Now, before we get to the actual news, like talking about the new head of Xbox, I do have my icebreaker, and this is a bit of a weird one, but I'm interested in what you guys think. What is the most popular food that you dislike? Or like ingredient, food, dish, anything like that, where you're like, I can't eat this. So, for example, for me, I hate tomatoes. I hate tomatoes, anything. I hate
Yeah.
raw tomatoes. I hate like even cooked tomatoes. I don't even like it on like pizza, tomato marinara sauce. I hate tomatoes. They're too sweet. They're too acidic. Like they just that flavor profile does not work for me at all. And it's weird because tomatoes are in literally everything, so it's hard to avoid them. But I just
Yeah.
kind of stomach them.
I mean, I'm there for like the regular tomatoes, but I'm fine with like, spaghetti sauce and all that.
Yeah,
Um,
but like raw
it was,
tomatoes,
yeah,
especially. Ugh,
it was actually rice for me for the longest time. When
really?
I was a kid, I just could not get into rice for whatever reason. And then in my 20s, I finally got around to doing it again. Like, oh, actually, rice is great.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I
what would it
couldn't
be?
imagine not eating rice,
Yeah,
but because
especially
it's good.
now because it seems like all the fast food places I go to is like, oh, here's your serving of rice.
Yeah,
Uh, God, what would I think it? I think it would be tomatoes, just because it's such a natural ingredient in so many things.
it feels like it's on everything. Like even like things that has no business being there.
Yeah, it's like here's my like especially the cheesesteak place I go to. It's like here's your hot sandwich of meat and cheese, and here's also lettuce and tomato. I'm like, what? No.
Yeah, no, I'm always like, bro, no tomatoes. And then they always sneak a tomato on there. It's like, guys, no tomatoes. And dude, for the longest time, my friends would look at me weird. It's like, well, you taking off the tomatoes? It's like, yeah, because it's bad. I always hate. I also always get those memes just like, oh, picky eaters when there's a tomato in their burger. It's like, brother, it ruins the burger. Like, I don't want to eat a burger and then bite into this giant red tomato.
And kind of the same way with like onions too. Like raw onions aren't great, but I'll do like fried onions, like
That's
onion rings
interesting.
and stuff like that.
I like
Uh,
onions, but no, I get that. I think raw vegetables can always be kind of turn off when you're eating like something cooked.
yeah. God, what else would I think I'm just gonna stick with tomatoes as well.
That's fair. What about you, Jack?
Probably not the thing I dislike the most, but the most popular thing I dislike is beef. I do not
Wow.
like beef at all. Don't like it in anything really.
So just like straight up all beef, like hamburger, like ground beef, steak, ribeye, all that.
I don't like steak. I don't like just roast beef. I'll eat a burger, but I'd rather have like a chicken burger than a beef burger any day.
Do you eat like mostly chicken and pork then?
Yeah, mostly.
That's
Yeah.
fair. No.
I mean, I totally get that. Like there's very limited beef things that I get. Like I do like a steak, but I only like them every once in a while. Like I'm not always having steak. And I definitely prefer turkey and a lot of other things. Like I don't eat beef hot dogs, I eat turkey dogs. I just find them more
Interesting.
enjoyable. Um
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm
I mean,
the opposite. I love
I'll
turkey.
eat a beef hot dog if that's one being served, but I much would prefer a turkey dog. And I mean, I kind of agree too. Like the burger, I would rather prefer some kind of like chicken sandwich over like a hamburger. Like I'll still eat like a McDonald's cheeseburger or whatever,
Of course, yeah.
but yeah, it's very like I do like beef, but it's definitely the most one of my more limited of the meats, I guess.
You guys ever had lamb?
Yes.
No,
You
Lamb
should try it.
before.
Lamb is so good.
I keep meaning to,
Very.
but then it's like there's always just some other better option. And usually lamb is also somehow one of the more expensive ones too.
I mean, yeah. I'm Arab, so like we eat lamb all the time, so I'm just like used to it. But I know like I've talked to a lot of Americans, and they're just like, "Oh no, I've never had lamb. Like it's not as common."
Yeah, it's just not in any kind of thing. And when it is available at a restaurant, it's just always the more expensive. So like, why would you pay for
Yeah,
this more expensive thing?
I think it's worth at least trying. Lamb's very good in
Yeah,
my
I
opinion.
need to try it at least once in something that I would
Mhm.
like.
Yeah,
Uh,
lamb's relatively common here. It's probably a step down from like beef, chicken, and pork, but it's more common than something like turkey or duck or something like that.
Let's see, my ranking would probably go chicken, turkey, beef, and then everything else below that. Oh,
yeah, for me, it's probably beef,
I forgot
lamb.
pork. Oh, I forgot pork. So
Oh yeah,
chicken, turkey. Where would pork? I think I would still put beef above pork. There's only very few pork things I actually like.
for me, it's beef, lamb, chicken, and then everything else, and then pork at the bottom because I can't eat it. So it's tough. But yeah, I thought that was a fun one we could discuss. I feel like unpopular food takes are very common to talk about, especially with my friends. We just yap about like I have a friend who hates like bread on anything. Like he refuses to eat burgers because he doesn't like bread, and I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with you?
I mean,
Bread's all
definitely saving himself on carbs. That's what I'm trying to do right now is like eliminate as much bread as I can.
Yeah, bread. I mean, that's the thing that sneaks up on you more than anything is bread, carbs and bread and
Yeah.
pasta.
Well, does
I can't do
does
that.
the bread for him extend to like other carbs like pasta?
No, he's fine with pasta. He just doesn't like bread.
Too fluffy.
He says it's
I'm
flavorless, which is like
That's
I think
kind of
you
the
just don't-
point.
Yeah. But also, it's like I think you're just
I'm a
eating bad
relatively
bread. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
no, I was just gonna say I'm a relatively picky eater, but I do pretty much eat anything that I'm given, just out of lightness, typically.
Oh,
Yeah,
I will say I just
I'm
don't
an
like
eater.
seafood. I'll throw this in. I just don't like seafood in general. Like I've yet to find any seafood that I liked.
You don't even like shrimp.
No, especially shrimp. That
Okay.
shrimp freaks me out.
That's funny. I love seafood, but I get it. That it's definitely that's one of the like more common things that I notice people don't like is seafood.
Like the
When it comes to
closest
like
I've gotten is I've had some cooked salmon. I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty decent, but you'll never see me ordering it.
fair enough. With that, boys, let's get into the video game news. First and foremost, a lot of stuff in Xbox world. Asha Sharma was the first to tweet this out. Yeah, she beat Clobrill and Idle Sloth. I couldn't believe it. Game Pass Ultimate has become too expensive for too many players. Starting today, we're dropping the price from $29.99 to $22.99 a month. Future Call of Duty titles will no longer join Game Pass Ultimate on day one. They will join this tier the following holiday after launch, about a year later. Current Call of Duty titles will remain available to Ultimate subscribers. We'll keep learning and evolving Game Pass to better match what matters to players. I mean, I'll say it for me. This is an Xbox W. I didn't think I'd be reading one in a while, but like, I think this is a good change. Now, granted, comparatively to the October, this is still like the October price increases. This is technically still a $3 price raise, but it's the thought that counts. I'll give them that. And at the end of the day, I mean, $22.99 is substantially better than $30 a month. And I think we're overall in a much better place when it comes to Game Pass. Now, having said that, I know me and Jack were just not Game Pass subscribers. This is not how we play games. I'm curious though, Moon, as a Game Pass user extensively back in the day, is this enough for you to go like, all right, I'm gonna keep the subscription on now?
It'll depend. Like my current Game Pass situation is weird because I stumbled upon like at literally like 2 a.m. this website that might have been a little bit sketchy was offering Game Pass deals, and there was a year supply. It was like $120 off, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it, let's just get it. So it's saving a little bit because I did the math of how much it would be every month for the $30, and then how much was this actually saving me? It was saving me around, yeah, like $120 off basically, and a little bit cheaper than that because I think when you do the year supply, it is like cheaper than doing it monthly. So between the two of those, it was a discount. So I'm like, screw it, let's just do it. And that was right before. Oh, what
That's
just
fair.
came? What was coming out at the time? I can't remember. It was like last month. And
Last month.
but
Was it for
uh,
Mouse?
no, his mouse was this month.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so what will it keep me on just the regular next year when my year supply is up? Maybe it really depends on what Xbox's output is looking like that year. If there's at least like a game a month coming to Game Pass for me that I'm interested in, third party, first party, or otherwise, then I probably because $20 is about my limit for what a subscription is. That's why I haven't canceled like Netflix or anything like that because it's literally right there at the $20 mark. As soon as Netflix announces their next price increase, I'm out.
Yeah, it's the set it and
Uh,
forget it price that works for
it's
you.
Yeah, so it's the $20 range. I'm like, if it's something I actively use, $20 and below is fine with me, but I know that's different for everybody. But that's the quota, the price range I've given myself is if it's something I do regularly use, around $20 is I'm okay with just letting it sit there and charge. Now, if it's something I don't use every month, then yeah, and $20 is
Yeah.
too much. Um, So yeah, it's like right at that threshold now. So it's hard for me to think about it right now. It's like it's something I'll consider a year from now when my year supply is used up. But it's definitely
Yeah.
right there at $22. It is right there at, like I said, at the amount that I'm okay with paying this every month as long as there actually is a game.
Yeah, no, totally fair. I think it's interesting looking at that price, like relatively to other subscription services. Like you said, Netflix is currently at $20. And I mean, I'll say this: like Game Pass definitely offers more than Netflix at this point. Uh, but yeah, Netflix is at 20, and I know a lot of others kind of circle around that $10 to $15 range. Uh, I don't remember what is the current PlayStation Plus Extra price because they don't do monthly. I don't think.
I think they do. I'm gonna double check right now.
If they,
Uh,
I'm pretty sure because I know Game Pass doesn't do yearly.
oh yeah, Game Pass does yearly.
They do? Oh shit, I don't know that.
Uh, so yeah, PlayStation Plus has 1 month, 3 month, and 12 month.
Yeah,
One
what's
month,
up
a 1 month subscription is $17.99.
for extra?
For wait, when am I on? Oh, on that's premium. Extra is $14.99.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I don't remember it being that much. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, it's
And
still like cheaper, but at the end of the day, Game Pass still has those day one games, and that was actually something we were discussing for a bit. Is if Game Pass were to remove the day one eventually and try to move people towards the idea of these just buying the game like box copy, digital copy, like for the full like $60-$70, and then add them to Game Pass 6 months to a year later. And my thing is like I just want them to choose a path and stay on it instead of flip flopping all the time. So like if you want to do that, go ahead and do it. Say that's the case. I don't want to have it be like a case by case basis. I'm just sick of that when it comes to Xbox. Jack, I'm curious about you. How do you think these Game Pass prices are going to affect like the Xbox business and the games coming out like this year right now?
Um, Not really sure. I think it will be very interesting to see numbers on the Game Pass users because we know that when Call of Duty was added, at least the first time, that the subscription numbers did bounce up. I remember Matt Piscatella reporting on that. So there are people who will subscribe to Game Pass for Call of Duty, whether they stay or they just do it for a month or so. I don't know, but so without it, I wonder if it how much it plummets or how many people it retains. In terms of
Hmm.
everything
that's the
else,
thing
though,
is though, for the people who did it for Call of Duty, they've already canceled their thing, and now with it not coming back, they're just gonna go back to paying the $70 for the next Call of Duty. So it's
yeah,
whatever
or
the
just
Game Pass numbers is at now, it's probably not going to be changing that much.
I do wonder if like there is even a small amount of people who just won't buy Call of Duty anymore because they played it on Game Pass and they were just like,
That's
I don't
me.
know, if it's on a subscription service, they might feel like it devalued it, and now that they're being asked to pay for it again, I don't know, it's possible, probably
It's
unlikely, but
it's
possible.
weird to think with the Call of Duty crowd because that is like literally the only game they play. So they're just going to get it. And I think that's the thing is though a lot of the Call of Duty people they just bought the game anyway. Like they didn't sign up for Game Pass. Now there was definitely probably more people like me who thought it was like, hey, let's just try it out. And then they got their 1 month and then they said, well, Call of Duty is shit this year because it was Black Ops 7. And then they
Hmm.
just canceled their subscription for the after that month, and then they never went back, and they may or may not get the next game. And if they do, they're just gonna outright buy it because it's Call of Duty. So it's a weird thing to try to gauge the Call of Duty audience because they're so different than everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think a thing that will probably annoy them a lot is because that they will still have to stay subscribed to a Game Pass tier in order to play Call of Duty online. So I wonder if that will like affect how people feel about it.
We will see. I do think that these changes are overall a W. Um, I'm prepared to say, man, Phil Spencer was a pretty bad CEO. Like maybe that's being mean. I don't know, but like it feels like Asha Sharman's done substantially more than Phil did in just 2 months. Now maybe again, like Phil was what Xbox needed when they were kind of like in the real shitter during the Xbox One era. he just feels like one of those CEOs that outstayed his welcome. It's like you're not really providing anything at this point, and you're actively like just going left and right, and not deciding on a path. And of course, the Activision Blizzard deal, which really, really screwed Xbox. I feel. Um, so hey, you know what, Asha Sharma? Before the next layoffs, I'll say it now. You're doing pretty good, but we will see. I'm very curious to see where they go from here.
I mean,
I
Um,
think
to
it's
what you were saying with the whole being against, oh, well, you're doing it this one way, and then this you're doing it this way. That's the problem when you're a company that is technically in third place, is you have to keep adjusting and trying different things to see what actually works for you. Because PlayStation doesn't have to worry about that. They have their one plan and it keeps working for them, and they don't have to change anything. Nintendo also the same thing. They have their one thing, their fans come to them for their one thing, and that's they don't need to change anything. But Xbox being in last place, you're like, okay, well, this isn't working, this isn't working. I have to keep changing because if they stick to the one thing that doesn't work, then they're just going to keep falling behind. They got to find whatever lead that they can get. So, and it's basically the equivalent of throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. And so far, nothing has stuck. So now they're going to try their next thing. And if this next thing doesn't work, then Asha's probably out in the next couple of years, and another person will come in and try something entirely different. So it's because it's the fact that
Mhm.
Xbox is in last place that we keep seeing all these changes because nothing is working. They're going to keep doing these changes until something works.
yeah, that's fair. What about you, Jake?
I think it, I think it's also interesting that obviously some of these will just be a result of the fact that Satya doesn't have his foot on Asher at the moment. Like he's sort of just letting her do the changes that need to be done in order to sort of revitalize the brand. Eventually, he is going to put his foot back down because Microsoft always has since the Xbox first started.
Mhm.
So I wonder if obviously he needs to be happy with what he's seeing, and if there is an increase in Game Pass users, she does revitalize the brand by what she's doing, maybe he'll keep his foot off. But I don't know. I don't
We'll
like to
see.
have
Yeah.
much faith in him.
Yeah, it's tough to be excited for Microsoft, the company, but that's why they have officially changed Microsoft Gaming to Xbox Gaming, or just Xbox. Which, hey, that's cool, but man, did you guys see the Xbox fanboy tweets where one said, "We are Xbox"? It's good
That
times.
wasn't even a fan tweet. That was Asher.
Did she say that? I thought that was a
Yeah,
fan. That's crazy. That's so
that's like their
funny.
whole new logo is like "We are Xbox."
Oh my god. I can't. I was gonna say a joke. I can't make that joke. I don't think. Man, we are Xbox. That is very funny. I cannot take these people seriously. But hey, you know what? That's fair. They're happy. Another thing that they should be happy about, or might be happy about, I don't know. This is a bad transition. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma on exclusives. Quote, we'll take data-driven approach and a strategic-driven approach, and then we'll look at our principles and we'll make some calls. I want to make the right decision, not the fastest decision. A BS quote, but I kind of just wanted to open the landing quote, or the landing strip for the conversation of like, do you guys think Xbox ever goes back to exclusives?
It just feels like it's just a hurting at this point because they see the numbers that their games sell on PlayStation. Now, not all of them. We saw like South of Midnight just do not almost nothing, but Forza will definitely do something. Fable, if it's a good game, will do something. So it's leaving money on the table because they know. I'm pretty sure they're not going to stick their head in the sand and be like, "Oh yeah, this will be great. This is like we're going to put Fable and the next and all these games on exclusively on Xbox and PC. So you got to come buy an
Years.
Xbox." Like people aren't going to come buy an Xbox. They're just going to
Mm-hmm.
either just skip the game or wait until the inevitable port because there's just Xbox can't leave this money on the table.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I just can't imagine they ever go back to like even true exclusives, or like especially not true exclusives. Like, oh, it's not launching on PC. But I even think it's like, listen, you already let the genie out of the lamp, and like you're gonna stay on PlayStation. Like, I fully expect that.
Now they could fully commit to the whole it premieres on Xbox and PC, and then hey, 6 months later to a year, here's the PlayStation version. Now it's like, and then they're gonna be like, well, that's the plan for every game now. They're like, okay, but
I
yeah, there's no way nothing will permanently stay on Xbox these days.
see. I just think that's a bad idea too. I'm like, why not just launch a day and date with PlayStation at that rate? Because the sales on Xbox and PC aren't going to be enough for a lot of these games. Like you need that extra PlayStation money, and people aren't going to buy an Xbox so they can like, oh well, now I don't have to wait 6 months to a year. No, they're just going to
Yeah,
They're just gonna buy it on
PC.
place. They're gonna wait, or they'll play it on
Yeah.
PC, or they'll wait until it comes to PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like people will wait.
So yeah, that's why I'd say it's like I don't want that to happen, but I could see where they do that. Just I think now this is just me, but I think Microsoft's best incentive is to say, if you have Xbox and Game Pass, here you go, day and date, here's your day one game. Otherwise, just go buy the game on your platform of choice. Either way, we're making money.
Yeah, I kind of feel what you're saying there.
But the video game sphere, especially video game fans, are all this tribalism of no, Xbox has to have their exclusives, and it's like, why? There's no money to be made there.
They actively should not go back to exclusives, in my opinion, because I just think, listen, man, people already know you're not. Like, who are you pleasing? The Xbox diehards? Yeah, the same Xbox diehards that are keeping your business afloat, except they're not. So, like, you just have to sell it to other platforms. I'm sorry. Like, and listen, I am pro exclusive. I support exclusives. I would like to live in a world with like exclusivity. It just doesn't work anymore, at least for Xbox. I think it works for PlayStation and Nintendo because they have much larger bases comparatively to Xbox. Jack, what
Yeah,
do you think?
I think Moon very cleverly compared this quote to Phil Spencer's case-by-case basis in the Discord yesterday. And yeah, it does very much sound like that. I think, yeah, they could do the exclusive window, but I think that does more harm to a lot. I think games like Forza, it probably works for. Games like South of Midnight, probably not. So
Yeah.
it's a weird one. I don't like you. I kind of would prefer a world in which Microsoft had they kept its games exclusive, but now that they've stopped doing that, I don't think
at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's
because
all about money, and that's the only thing that will get that money.
and even then, like, are people going to believe them if they say, "Hey, we're going back to doing exclusives"? Like, if I was someone
Sure.
who had if I was someone who had an Xbox and then like or was considering getting an Xbox, would I believe that they're going to keep exclusives long term, or would I think it's just another temporary measure? I don't know. So
Yeah.
for
And
me,
even
it's like
if they said, you know what, we're quitting cold turkey, Fable, not even Fable because that's probably too deep in development now, but like the next big Xbox game, like let's say State of Decay 3, just because we need to come up with a game. But State of
Mhm.
Decay 3 is purely strictly a Xbox PC, no chance of a PlayStation port. How many more Xbox series are you going to sell? Not many.
Yeah, they're just
yeah,
gonna play
I
it on
mean,
PC.
Yeah.
I brought
You're
up
going to get them on PC, or they're just going to be like, "Oh well, I'll play something else."
Mhm.
yeah, I brought up last week that like Gears is still not announced for PlayStation. It is just Xbox and PC at the moment. So maybe that one, like if it was going to be day and date, they could, in theory, do the window thing where it's Xbox at launch and then PlayStation next spring, perhaps. Because it would feel weird if they didn't bring that one to PlayStation because they just did Reloaded last year. Was it
Yeah,
last year?
then
Last
I,
year.
I feel like there's zero
So,
chance that game doesn't come to PlayStation at least some point.
oh
Even
yeah,
like
I think it's
I
big.
very much believe it's like day one.
Yeah, because didn't they say the whole reason they brought the remake over to PlayStation was to get people ready for E-Day, to like bring fans into that franchise so they can be ready
Mhm.
to and be excited for E-Day?
Yeah, and again, I think it almost certainly comes to PlayStation. I just wonder if there was a plan for day one, they do change it slightly.
We'll see. It's looking like
Did you see the new tweet from Tom Warren that Bob posted in the chat?
no, I haven't. Hang on, let me
That
check.
says Xbox chief Ashish Sharma also mentioned during her All Hands On yesterday that the teams are meeting daily on Project Helix, and that there will also be bi-weekly Xbox Series X and S console updates until the end of the year. The reinvestment in the Xbox OS is very interesting. So these like updates that we're seeing to what Xbox these machine can do is now going to be like a bi-weekly thing.
I mean, that's cool. I'm just curious. What are those updates? Are they just like firmware? Like, oh, we did some bug fixes, or is there going to be like actual like major changes to the
Like,
way the Xbox Series is kind of interact with another?
yeah. So yeah, it'll be
I'm
interesting to
also
see that now
interested.
every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm also interested that they're still insistent on changing the Xbox UI instead of the Windows one, because like the Xbox One look, I don't love the Xbox UI, but it's fine. It does the job. I don't think have many complaints about it. You hear all the complaints about the Windows one, and like they said that they would have it fixed for the um, ROG
Yeah, that's
Ally.
never happening.
Was.
Windows
It's
will
like
continue to just be garbage.
it's just weird that like they don't do bi-weekly updates for that instead. But hey, what do I know?
Yeah, it's tough. Shout out to Windows, I guess. Real quick, small breaking news. This is really weird. I just found it funny. Christopher McQuarrie is attached to write, direct, and produce a feature adaptation of Battlefield with Michael B. Jordan to produce and possibly star. If you don't know Christopher McQuarrie, he's the guy who directed the last few Mission Impossible movies. Um, cool. It feels like every fucking millisecond there's a new adaptation of Call of Duty or Battlefield or one of these giant IPs that's like, oh, this director is interested. We'll see when it actually happens.
At least Call of Duty has like a date set, so they're actively
Yeah.
pursuing getting that movie done.
Christopher McQuarrie Battlefield does sound cool, but it's also like, believe it when I see it.
How's that any different than any other military movie?
Yeah, someone replies, it's just like, this is just like going to be a standard military movie, but like with the Battlefield name attached. It's like, yeah. Next, Jack, your go is back. Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced official gameplay details. There was a big trailer and like kind of presentation. Okami Games did a nice summary for us. Full remake with overhauled visuals and gameplay, rebuilt on the latest Anvil engine. Not an RPG. This remains a solo adventure and a character-driven experience. Tailing missions reworked and are no longer an instant death. Dynamic weather confirmed. Naval combat features new alternate fire mode for all weapons. Combat reworked to a faster, action-oriented experience. Double assassinations are back. Chain up to 4 takedowns. Dual sword pistols, hidden blades, and more. New modern-day cinematics. Woodkid is making new songs for the game. Hell, fuck it, yeah. Movement is faster with new parkour moves. 3 new officers with unique quests and gameplay abilities to unlock. New storylines for existing characters. New legendary treasures. Have a pet cat or monkey on your ship. Seamless access to cities and locations. New parkour moves like free jumps, backs, and side ejects. Improved stealth systems, and much more. Releasing July 9th on PS5, Xbox, and PC. All right. Well, I have zero interest in this, so I'm more curious about you two. Jack, you're the Assassin's Creed fan, big Ubisoft guy, your favorite company. I'm curious how you're feeling about this.
Yeah, this is clearly Ubisoft's Game of the Year candidate, and we should all
Wait, they
be
don't. It is actually because they don't release any other games.
well, this is true. It looks good. It looks better than I expected it to. There is more of a visual improvement than I assumed. I thought they'd probably keep the character models but change the environments, but they've done a lot more than that. It is very much the remake that they are promising. There is a lot of missing content from it, like the online and the DLC, which is disappointing. Oh, and the modern day, which they're downplaying. So I don't know. For me, that's a lot of missing content to charge $60 for. But hey ho. Um, I don't know. The combat changes are interesting. I like the combat in the original Assassin's Creed 4, but people say it's very simple, and I agree. So I'm not sold on that, but I'm not against it either. Overall, it's like it looks good. It'll be a nice filler for Assassin's Creed while we wait for Exa. So I'm not opposed to it, but I'm also not day one on it.
What about you, Moon?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. It's like it's definitely nice looking, especially when you compare. Like there's so many like different comparisons I saw online of like here's what the original is and here's what the new is. It's like you forget, even though this is an Xbox One game, it was somehow worse looking than you remember. It's like it's that old trick of the mind where everything looks better in your memories than it actually was, um and how the new one looks like how you remember it. But yeah, and all the features that are updated look and sound great. I'm like, wow, this wasn't in the original, so that's kind of crazy. But it's still not a day one for me, just because one, I've never been to Assassin's Creed. Two, it's coming out at a even busy time right now. Like even though there's probably more games to be announced at that in that time slot, I'm pretty sure almost all of them will be more important to me than Assassin's Creed. But this does feel like a decent like sale pickup, maybe at the end of the year, at the end of the year or sometime next year or something. Because Ubisoft games, of course, will drop to $20 at the top drop of a hat. So we'll just wait for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely way more of a remake than I expected. Also coming out sooner than I expected because I heard a lot about those internal delays. So I thought like, oh, I might miss this year. Seems like it's still gonna hit. Really cool that's not an RPG. I fully expected this to be like the RPG Assassin's Creed, so that's actually a massive W.
Yeah, if you watch the video that they did where they brought in like the world's biggest like Assassin's Creed 4 fans to come playtest the game to like find out like what can you do better, like what can we do to make this game exactly how we want this remake to go. That's like that's a good thing. And so that's probably where the non-turning into an RPG probably came from. It's like all these fans came and said, "No, we don't want this to turn into the next Odyssey or whatever. We want it to still be Black Flag."
Yeah. I
All I'm
guess
saying,
my
where
one
was
thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
No, I'm just saying, where was my invite? You know,
This
They-
it must have been
They
lost in the
noticed
mail.
they noticed you prefer Syndicate instead.
They saw your Ubisoft review. I was like, fuck that guy.
sure. Yeah, I probably deserve that then.
My one thing, Jack. This is just a thing for me personally. I'm just not a remake of a 2014 or 2013 game. Nah, I don't know, man. I don't think this
Oh,
game's
I
aged
agree.
badly. Like, I think it's weird. I think I much would have rather like an Assassin's Creed 1 remake. I don't know why they did Black Flag, but also they did it because it's the most popular, probably.
It's the most popular one. That's why we got Silent Hill 2 first.
But yeah, I mean, even then though, man, it's like Silent Hill 2 is a 2001 game. Like that's like,
I
oh,
know.
that's understandable. But like, I get what you mean. Yeah, popularity
Okay,
definitely
but let's not talk
dictates
about
the
Last of
order.
Us remake.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the one. Or Horizon. Days Gone. But yeah, that's just like my one thing where I'm like, I'm not a big fan of remakes of games that are not even this old yet.
13 years old though.
Same boat.
I mean, 13, yeah, but it's also like I don't know, man. Like it's playable. Like it's
Games haven't,
Assassin's Creed 4.
yeah, games haven't evolved in 13 years, so it's like, yeah, I don't care.
Ain't them the fucks.
And it's just like yes, it was originally a 360 game, so the Xbox One version and PS4 version was shinier and better, and still the version I tend to play. So that, like I said, this is cool, but it's kind of like when The Last of Us got its remake a few years back. Like I still haven't even picked that up because I was just waiting for it to get cheap if I'm ever going to replay that game.
I don't
And
know
this
if
is
it's
probably going to be in the exact same
gone
The
boat.
thing is though, it's never going to go cheap. That's their baby.
Well, yeah, this I realize that with the Sony, but Ubisoft, you know, this is going to be cheap, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, it's different. Another piece of Ubisoft news. Ubisoft cancels Altera. It's Animal Crossing inspired game. Mike Straw, Insider Gaming, has this. Another Ubisoft game has found itself on the chopping block. Insider Gaming has learned that its in development game Altera has officially been canceled. The news was broken to staff working on the game on Tuesday, and they were all sent home for the day. There were no layoffs announced at the time of cancellation. Employees working on the game were put on availability for other projects within the company. That said, it's unclear what this all means for the support studios that have been working on the game as well. First reported by Insider Gaming in 2024, Altera was a social sim game inspired by Animal Crossing. The game featured a voxel art style and mechanics similar to Minecraft, where players could build what they want with gathered materials. Images seen in the past by Insider Gaming showed Matterlings, the NPCs in the game, that looked similar to Funko Pop characters. The world consisted of different biomes that housed unique creatures and materials to meet, fight, and gathered. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and fight for the rights of Altera, the Animal Crossing game. I was never going to play this game. I will say, though, Jack, your joke about like Assassin's Creed Black Flag being the Ubisoft Game of the Year contender, at this point, I feel like they're only. I don't know if they'll ever have another one because I don't think they ever release enough games. I just think they keep canceling everything. They keep restructuring every 5 seconds to the point where I want to be shocked if, like, at this point, Ubisoft is just Rainbow Six Siege, Assassin's Creed, and Far Cry.
I think in that vein,
It's not
that
even
does
Far
make-
Cry anymore.
Well, that's true.
Really.
But in that vein, that does make the fact that this was in development at all and cancelled kind of even more sad because it would have added some variety to Ubisoft's lineup of the exact same games. So while yes, I wasn't interested in it by the sounds of it, I could have been if I'd seen it, but I think it's just like you say, it is just going to be the Ubisoft Vantage Studio stuff where it's just the Tom Clancy games, the Assassin's Creeds and the Far Cry's, and when they finally start releasing. And like right now, yes, they have nothing. Like this year, it probably will just be Black Flag and whatever Just Dance game they have. I assume Ghost Recon is very soon as well. So does Fusion. We were talking about it recently. Like in another world, I could have seen that being this year, but with Grand Theft Auto this holiday. I assume
Yeah,
it'll
no
be next year.
chance.
Far Cry's probably after that, and then Hexe is probably after those. So they're having to space things out because they've cancelled everything. Like the next the next Assassin's Creed game from Quebec, the one set in the US during the was it Reconstruction era? Obviously when that was cancelled, I think every
The
single
Civil
game
War, yeah.
has just been pushed back. Like part of why I think Black Flag was pushed back. I think Hexe has been pushed back very far, just to try and make their lineup slightly consistent, even though there's going to be a lot of empty spaces between it.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't know what Ubisoft's gonna be doing nowadays. Like I just have zero faith in they ever turn this around. That said, hey, you know what? Black Flag Resync looks good, so hopefully that works out for the fans.
They'll get him some money.
Yeah, maybe like a little bit extra time. I don't know. I'm still like kind of surprised they're still when we were talking about that subsidiary, Jack, about like, oh, all the IP are going to be filled under this house under Tencent. I'm surprised the ones that weren't included in that haven't been shut down yet, or at least like restructured very heavily.
I'm not ruling it out yet, but the fact that they have put in the effort since then to fully like separate everything and almost tidy it up in a way makes me think that I don't know if they were going to shut them down, they would have done it then. But there is still the
True.
chance that they shut them down if something else underperforms. Like maybe Black Flag does underperform because people don't pay for this remake. So and the usual Ubisoft thing, they think same thing that me and Moon are thinking. We'll just get it down the line when it's cheap. So I don't know.
Well, one game that you won't be able to get down the line when it's cheap is Splatoon Raiders, though its launch price is actually pretty cheap. Splatoon Raiders launches July 23rd. Gamatsu put this up. Here's an overview of the game via Nintendo. Splatoon Raiders is a single-player focused action shooter for Splatoon veterans and newcomers alike. You take on the role of a mechanic embarking on a high-stakes adventures across the mysterious Spherulite Islands. Customize your appearance and your loadout and get ready to raid the islands for treasure. Using a variety of mechanical gadgets and ink-splattering weapons, you'll splat scores of enemies called salmon. Conquer raids and salvage loot on your journey through the one-of-a-kind Splatoon universe. Checked out the trailer for this. Looks pretty cool. I have not played a Splatoon game before, so I don't know if I'm going to be in on this. I need to actually play a Splatoon game first, but I am into the vibes of this. I do think it's interesting. It is currently it is a $50 game digitally, and then a $60 physically. So Nintendo sticking with that, I guess quote unquote variable pricing, but like just cheaper digital games. Uh, I mean, hey, listen, that's really cool. It's way cheaper than I expected. It's telling me, Jack, and maybe this is a jinx. It's telling me maybe we won't be seeing an $80 price tag again. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure they heard that loud and clear with Mario Kart.
Yeah, they better fucking have heard it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I just don't think they have any games that they want to charge 80 for at the moment. I think Splatoon was always probably going to be cheaper because they don't want people buying it expecting
True.
a full Splatoon experience if it is only the part of it that most people probably skip. That being said, it's awesome. So I'm
yeah. You're excited?
but I will. I'm looking. I think it looks really cool. I don't know if I'm like gonna play it day one yet,
And
but
how did I
maybe.
become the Splatoon guy around here? Okay.
I just haven't played it, so I don't know.
Plus, the thing is, though, you don't need to play any of the other games because they're all just multiplayer only games. They like
no,
the other game.
They have single players,
They
bro.
have single player, but they are literally just like time trials, and that's it.
Brother, I need to know what happened in Splatoon 1 before I play Splatoon 2, all right? There's important lore there.
All the Splatoon campaigns, by all accounts, are really good. It's just that they are like definitely the part that no one pays attention to. I know I played Splatoon
It
once.
really is Nintendo's Call of Duty.
Yeah, no, basically. I want to play Splatoon. I just never found the time for it, really. It's like one of the only Nintendo franchises I never got to.
My
was-
thing with Splatoon was I really like the world design. I like the world lore because I've read some lore on it. I like the characters, especially the ones for Splatoon 3, the deep cut here. Like these characters, I really like
Oh yeah,
them.
these guys are
But
great.
I don't care about multiplayer games, so I never played it. But now I get this whole single player game with these characters that I really like. So this is all I'm all about this.
I love Big Man. He's the big ass guy. The star. What is that? Starfish, right?
Stingray.
I don't know. Stingray. I love him. He's so funny.
So
Yeah,
Shiver, I love Shiver. Shiver's great.
Shiver's cool. Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely agree with you. I mean, I love a lot of the vibes around Splatoon. It's something I definitely think I'd be into, and I also dig a multiplayer game every now and then. So, I really should try these games out.
The problem with getting into like Splatoon now is the only people who are playing. It's like with any multiplayer game. This
It's all
game
the
is like
sweats.
it's all the sweaties now. That's all it is.
Hey, you know
The only
what?
thing that's disappointing with me with this game is I thought it was more like at least from watching, I thought it was more just like an action game, like just a straight up like beat 'em up action game. But no, it seems to be like almost like a looter shooter, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's interesting. I thought. I mean, it sounds like it's gonna be more raid like, or it
Yeah,
sounded like that, but we'll see.
yeah. I'll have to watch some gameplay and see what the loop is like. But I'm interested.
it does
Jack, I
look
did.
to be
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
pretty cool. I was just gonna say it does look to be like a bigger game than I was expecting. I was kind of expecting a much smaller project from this because obviously like
Hmm.
we kind of assume Animal Crossing isn't that far away, and this is the same team, so
Yeah,
this
you
is
have to
kind of
imagine this
interesting.
is a
Animal
small.
Crossing is like a lot further out.
Nah, I doubt that. I think this is a small splinter team, and they've just been working on this a while. I mean, assumedly, my assumption was that this was DLC for Splatoon 3, and they were like, "Well, this is actually big enough; we can make it its own game now."
Possibly.
We will see.
Yeah.
But when
Coming
I said
soon.
there was too many other things going on that time slot, this is what I was talking about. That and the Echoes of Aincrad game. So it's like, yeah, sorry,
Hmm.
Assassin's Creed. Both Splatoon and Sword Art Online are more important.
I did want to bring up Jack. We get this date, and there were other recent Nintendo headlines, like when it comes to their coming up games. The Yoshi stuff, and
Rhythm Paradise got a date for
yeah,
July.
Rhythm Heaven, and assumedly, still Star Fox is set to at least be revealed at this point next week. Nintendo could have just done a direct. Like it would have like maybe it would have been a bit more mediocre, but like also it's like you could have had stuff there. Like I don't know. It's really weird. They're very heavy on just Nintendo Today and just revealing stuff like this morning. Oh, here's the date for this game, but it's like I mean, we still don't know the Fire Emblem release date, which is still interesting. I thought for sure Fire Emblem was going to be the July game. So the fact that Splatoon is the July game, it's like, oh, is Fire Emblem like September? That still makes sense in my brain, but it's like, that's a little more surprising. I have to imagine the direct for June is early June at this point. I'd be very surprised if it isn't.
At this point, I'm getting like really confused with the direct approach because it feels like the last 2 years, like before the pandemic, we were getting 3 general directs a year, and then
Mhm.
slowly it was like, oh, every now and then there might be a partner direct instead, but there was always usually 3
Three.
general directs, and now it's just like I think,
When we feel like it.
yeah, like are we just gonna go down to 2 partner directs and 1 general directs a year? Is it gonna be
It's a
that
case by
depressing?
case basis.
Oh
It's not.
no, Phil
It's
Spencer's
not like
working at Nintendo.
it's Phil Spencer is there. It's not like it reduces the quality of the games, but I guess it's just like, oh man, I want like a better view of what's coming up from Nintendo. I want to be excited for the Switch too. Like I was saying, like on the tier list video, Jack, is it's like I want to feel excited about this console, but it feels like I'm like I get little sprinkles of like, oh, this is cool, and then it's just like, okay, the 2 weeks of nothing. I want to have like a big old like cake of like, here's a bunch of announcements. It's like, yeah, you're very happy you got this thing now.
Yeah, I haven't even watched the new trailer for Yoshi yet, but if it was in a direct, I might have watched it and might have been into
Yeah,
it. So
I
I
don't
don't
think you
know.
really missed much. That game, I don't say I'm too old for games. That's a game I'm too old for. I'm
I
just
don't
like
know.
I can't.
The previews seem a lot higher on it than I was expecting.
True.
Especially
Yeah.
You have to go in with the mindset that this is a game made for small children, and that once you're there, maybe you can enjoy it.
Oh yeah, dude, I love Kirby's Epic Yarn, and that's like a toddler game. So who knows? Maybe it'll surprise. I'll say here's my prediction: it'll be better than Crafted World, which isn't saying a lot, but hey, that's something because that game was dog shit.
The thing
Yeah,
with Yoshi's is that it's gonna scratch the itch for people who love checklists because that's what the whole game is just
yeah,
going and finding stuff.
yeah. Which I mean, hey, maybe I do love my checklist, so maybe it'll actually like kind of get its hooks into me. But I don't know. I'm debating on it. Let's talk about our last story. We got some sales numbers from Capcom, two different ones. First and foremost, Resident Evil Requiem, this is, where 64 put this, by the way, reaches 7 million sales, fastest in series history. Um, we also got Pragmata has sold 1 million units in 2 days. Capcom's been on a tear lately
It's
for
Capcom's year.
Cap God, man. I mean, Resident Evil, obviously one of their biggest franchises, doing very well. But even something a brand new IP like Pragmata doing 1 million in 2 days is spectacular. It seems like they are in a very strong position right now, firing on all cylinders. Very happy to see because hey, you know what? You make good games and people will buy them. It's a very simple thing. Sorry, Ubisoft.
But yeah, Pragmata is great. Go buy it if you haven't.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I mean, 7 million for Resident Evil Requiem is insanely impressive. I'm just very. I wonder if it'll probably hit 10 million by the end of the year. That's kind of my prediction right now.
Especially once it gets a few like game nods, game of the year
Yeah,
nods.
Game of the Year sales.
That was
like,
what I
yeah,
was going to ask. Actually, do we think both games are nominated for Game of the Year at this moment?
No.
I think Requiem is. I feel like Pragmata is gonna miss somehow, which sucks. I really love that
I
game.
almost wonder if it's the other way around. Like Resident Evil nominated for 3 different Game of the Year.
I think just the way some people now, granted, this just might be the people and videos I watch, but Resident Evil seems to just be getting people are souring on it more as more time goes on. Whereas we'll
Oh,
see what
really?
happens with Pragmata.
I haven't noticed that too much with Resident Evil.
It's mainly the back half. Like everyone agrees, the first half of the game is fantastic, but then the back half just kind of flounders. At least that's what people say. I haven't played it. I'm going to play it at some point, but some people seem to be souring on the back half with, especially all the Leon parts.
That's surprising. I mean, I feel like I was maybe lower than like a lot of even the diehard Resident Evil fans. I was like, oh, I really love the first half, but like some of the Leon stuff did go on a bit too long, in my opinion.
Yeah. So
We'll see.
So we'll see if especially because that's like the worst case scenario for games that release in the first half of the year. Like if you're gonna sour at the end, like in the later half, that really hurts your chance instead of just everyone being high if you released in like October, November.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I do want to bring up like just for bench, Monster Hunter Stories 3 also did really well. Capcom still got one big more release this year. One more big release. I don't know where my grammar went. Onimusha, which that's supposedly still coming out this year. Very excited for that one. I think that's gonna bang as well. It feels like we're in the Cap God that just kind of has been. They've been in Cap God mode since like 2019, so it feels like they're just this unstoppable tear from them.
It's like they expelled all their bad with
Wild
Exoprimal, and then we were like, okay, we're only gonna make good games now.
Yeah, and even then, Exoprimal, a lot of people were like, it's mid, but it's not bad. Which, hey, you know what? Shout out to Exoprimal.
I don't know. Monster Hunter Wilds happened, and I still haven't forgiven them for that. So
yeah, that's tough. That's tough. But even then, it's like, hey, that got an 89 somehow.
Insane.
Talk about the definition of you start strong and you sour later.
Anyways, boys, that's all the news. Except we have the top 20 best-selling premium games for March 2026.
Why am I always on these episodes?
I asked Bob if he could be on. He said he couldn't, and my thought is that he skipped because he didn't want to do this again. So that's my theory right now. But right now this is from March 1st to April 4th, 2026. Boys, Jack, you sent this to me, so you may have an advantage, but you may have forgotten everything. So who knows?
I have forgotten everything. I did
Okay,
look
perfect.
At it.
Anyways, yeah, top 20. Try to guess what do we got on here.
I'm trying to, well, we guys just knock out all the simple Minecraft, GTA,
Minecraft. Number 9 for Minecraft. GTA is number 11.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Black Ops 7 is number 6.
What else? What else is always on the list?
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption, number 13.
all the sports games, Madden,
Madden is number 20.
NBA.
NBA is number 8. There's 2 new sports games.
Oh no.
Was there?
Yeah. Think about when sports season starts.
Oh, the
I
show.
don't know.
MLB The Show, number 1. It's best-selling game of the month. The third
what
one's
came out?
barely even a sport, or the other sport, the new sport game that came out this month.
F1.
F1's not on the list.
No. What's the other non-sport?
It's something people watch. I'm glad I could help.
No.
Oh, wrestling.
Wrestling. There you go. WWE 2K26, number 3. And you're also missing one more sport. You already got football. You got basketball. What's the other big one?
FIFA? FC.
Yeah, FIFA FC, number 10. All right. Okay, you guys are doing good so far. You got all the easy ones, I think. Still
What
a
else
couple of
came
easy
out
ones.
recently?
I know one March game that's on there. I'll let Moon guess that one because I saw it.
There's a
but
good amount
it-
of March stuff.
Yeah, it is an obvious one to be honest.
Well, not even March stuff, but even like January, February. Oh, Resident Evil Requiem.
Yeah, Resident Evil Requiem, number 2. Still very much holding on.
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
Is Screamer on there? Shout out.
Nope.
Damn it. Worth a try.
Oh, we said.
I think
we
only
said
2
Call of
people.
Duty. Did we say Battlefield?
Battlefield, number 12.
Still on there.
You're doing pretty good.
Um,
You're missing 3 new games. Oh, no,
New
4.
games. What else came out recently? Oh, Pocopia.
There we
Pocopia,
go.
number 5. Interesting
Yeah,
with
that's the one I
Pocopia,
thought.
it's number 5. It has no digital sales included. So it probably is number 1.
So the physical copy that no one could find, it still managed to make it number
Dude.
5.
I could not find that copy anywhere. Like, it's literally sold out everywhere. Oh yeah, did I tell you, Jack? My Walmart was out. It ran out of copies of Tomodachi Life too.
That's awesome.
So it's like these cozy games are doing very well.
Have you seen Tomodachi Life's results in Japan at the moment, where it's like nearly quadruple what Pragmata is doing?
That's insane.
Which
Is
is number
Pragmata
2?
number 2? That's
I think so.
wow.
I'm
Man,
sure that
Tomodachi Life. I mean, it's doing way better than I expected. Which shout outs to them. That game's really cool. So you guys are still missing a couple of new games.
Did we say Mario Kart yet? That's always there.
Mario Kart World is number 19. This was surprising because Mario Kart World is usually never here because they don't include bundles or the digital sales for it. But it's number 19 from 75 last month. I don't know what changed.
maybe people picked up a Switch 2 for Pocopia and just bought Mario Kart as well.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I guess maybe.
Yeah. And I think they stopped selling the bundle too. So I guess people are going to start buying the a la carte more. Okay. Let me.
Well, Shot in the Dark. It's because I just thought Pokemon Legends EA.
Legends EA number 18.
Oh, okay.
It's still holding on, man. Again, no digital sales included for that one. Pokemon games are very much big sellers. So okay, I'm gonna hit you guys with this. This is a game that Bench bought the premium for to play it early.
Indiana Jones.
No.
Monster Hunter.
Well, that wasn't even the one I thought of, but yeah, Monster Hunter Stories 3 is number 7. Very surprising there. I did not think it would do so well. Bench on something. I gotta give him that.
Oh, Death Stranding 2.
Well, that's not the one I thought of, but yeah, that's number 17.
What other? He buys too many premium games.
Yeah, that's why I thought it wouldn't be that good of a hint. I was thinking for a second, it's like, why is Death Stranding 2 on here? It's like, oh, the PC release, right? That was that month. Okay, this was like this was the game that Bench thought was going to be the next big thing. It still did very well, but he was expecting this to be a 90.
Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert, number 15.
Yeah.
It should be noted, no digital sales for Crimson Desert, so it's probably way higher because I think it's only 4 million copies.
More people are getting stuff like that digitally, especially on PC.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because I saw something on my YouTube right now, Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2, number 16.
Wow. Okay. That was a. I just saw Gary
Very
Whitta's
much
thing
holding
on YouTube. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that game.
Yeah, doing very well. Went from 5 to 16. That game is holding on strong, which is awesome because that game is fucking amazing.
Just
Okay.
How many are we
One,
missing?
there's a new game you're missing. One more new game.
it said Neo, but we found out last month that didn't even make it.
Yeah, Neo's
It
not
wasn't
here.
qualifying.
Oh, Marathon.
Marathon, number 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually did pretty well considering a lot of it.
Just a
Let's see what
correction to
else
the
we got.
Tomodachi Life thing. I said it did quadruple what Pragmata did at number 2. It didn't do quadruple. It did 15 times as much.
Jesus Christ. Wait, what was its sales comparatively?
In Japan, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream sold 565,405 units. Pragmata sold 36,470 units.
Jesus Christ, man.
That is
Well, a lot
Tomodachi
of-
Life is doing very well. That's good to hear.
They love that cozy lifestyle because they could just play on the train.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they love Switch over there in Japan. You guys are missing one game, by the way.
Yeah,
Big Game of the Year candidate last year.
Claire Obscure.
it was so long ago.
No, Claire Obscure's not on here. Kepler's
Oh,
too
8 million
good
sales.
for. Kepler thinks they're too cool to put the digital sales for some reason. Also, I could talk shit about Pearl Abyss for doing that too. It's like, come on, guys, just give them the digital sales data.
Yote?
What? It was one of the big 6 that was. Wait, no, actually, it wasn't nominated for Game of the Year for Game Awards.
Oh, it wasn't. I forgot, but
So
I
it
said
wasn't
Yote
Yote?
though.
Ghost of Yote. Yep, number
they-
14. Still holding on strong. Went from 15 to 14, actually.
Because Yote falls into that category, kind of like Horizon, where it's a big casual pleaser, so it's gonna hold on for a while.
Yeah, it's like always going to stay there. But yeah, right now that's the top 20. You guys did pretty good, actually. Way better than Bopwood. I do want to point out also the best-selling games of the year so far. Wait, yeah, year to date. So Resident Evil Requiem is still holding on strong at number 1. Marathon is now number 6. And then Pocopia is 12. And Monster Hunter Stories 3 is 15. So a lot of new games actually doing very well. And again, you would imagine Pocopia is probably way higher if the digital sales were included as well.
Yeah, because I think a game like Pocopia is going to do really good digitally. I bought it
Yeah.
digitally. I don't buy a lot of new games digitally.
I mean, also it doesn't help. It's like you literally can't find the physical
No,
copy. So
no,
I
literally, my
imagine-
Walmart just got some copies in, and we're how many weeks away from the game coming out? Same with Resident Evil. They just got 2. They're only getting 2 copies in at a time of Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's like very much trickling, which sucks, but I expect it at this point. But yeah, it seems like games are doing very well. I'll ask you guys this: is number 4 on the NPD enough for Marathon?
I mean, do we look at the daily numbers? I mean, it's kind of like blasphemous
checked the
that like
Steam
let's look at the Steam charts.
Yeah, let me check Steam DP.
I think it's done by the amount. It's not just done by numbers, is it, on Sakana? I think it's done by dollar sales.
Yeah,
Yeah, dollar
That-
sales specifically.
So Marathon is cheaper than the others, so I suppose that does paint it a little differently.
I mean,
So
right
the
now it's 13,000 players, so like people are still playing it.
it has its base, but it's definitely not some runaway success.
I do love
Exactly.
the chart's really interesting. At least for the weekly, it's literally up and down. It goes like 20K and then 6K and then 20K and then 1K. I don't know what happened there. Probably server maintenance. 20K, 6K. It's a very interesting chart to look at.
Well, busy.
I also found out that apparently Marathon was the most searched game on SteamDB. So a lot of people like looking at how well it's doing. I assume not for nefarious purposes. They're just
Of course
curious.
not.
But yeah, interesting data to look at. I love these sales charts. I'm always a big fan of them. Moving on to the reviews of the week, we got 2 big ones. One of them is big for me. I'll just shout it out. Vampire Crawlers, the turbo wild card from Vampire Survivors. That's the full name, yes. Sitting at an 84 on OpenCritic. PC Gamer, the edgelords themselves, gave it a 50 out of 100. Shoutouts to PC Gamer. You continue to be dog shit. GameSpot gave it an 8. Nintendo Life an 8. DualShockers a 9. Windows Central 4.5 out of 5. 6-axis is 7. Seems like people are very high on this. I cannot wait to check this out. It's basically Vampire Survivors, but it's a card game.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I have it downloaded and I want to get to it. I was just so tired last night. I just did some levels in mouse and be like, okay, I'm done. I need to go to bed.
Sleepy time, yeah, I'd get it. I have like 20 games I want to play right now, so it's very much just a like, damn, there's just too much shit to play.
Yeah.
And to add to that, oh, sorry, good.
I was just gonna say, thankfully May doesn't have anything, so I have time to catch up.
Yeah, May's just right now Lego Batman and GoldenEye, I think. And Forza. Sorry, Bob. But
And
yeah,
even June is also dead, but I'm sure June's gonna fill with at least something by the time we get to like E3
June will
time.
get stuff. June will 1000% get some things. But yeah, one more game for the end of the month is Soros, sitting at an 89. We just got the reviews. Eurogamer a 4 out of 5, The Gamer a 4 out of 5, GameSpot a 9 out of 10, Shack News 9 out of 10, 6-axis 9 out of 10, and then IGN sitting pretty at a 7 out of 10. Good old IGN. Now, granted, I'm not gonna be that guy who's just like whining about like review scores for a game he hasn't even played yet. But I will say, reading the IGN review is very funny because it's literally them complaining about roguelike elements in a roguelike. It was as if Jack reviewed the game. No offense, Jack.
I think that people who don't typically play roguelites should still be reviewing games that are roguelites. I think this is fair.
Yeah. It's just, if I was imagine if I was set to review Forza Horizon 6. Like that's kind of the vibe right now when I read the review and it's like, what are we doing here, man?
And you know what? I would
Anyway,
read your review.
I'm sorry?
And you know what? I would read your review on it because I think that was the most interesting one.
It'd be a funny one to read. I'll give you that. But yeah,
Like,
anyways,
the outside perspective is always interesting to read from people who aren't usually into that.
for sure. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's one review, so who cares? It's the overwhelmingly positive nature from everyone else seems to very much make up for that one. People are very happy about this game. It seems like it's getting a lot of hype. I cannot wait to play this game. I'm so excited. I love Returnal. I'm very much jumping in on this day one.
Don't you mean day 3 or 4 because of the early access?
Still the dumbest thing ever, man. But yeah, they're getting a 2-day early access, so it's actually
Man,
coming
Sony
out
loves it
April
though.
28th. I mean, this is I think the second game that's doing it.
I think it's third. I know Death Stranding did it. I think one other did it too, but I can't remember.
Yote didn't. God, oh, did Marathon have one? I forget.
I think though. I could be wrong. Let's ask Fusion.
Yeah, really. But yeah, shout out to early access.
I know. Granted, it was the port, but Indiana Jones did it.
Yeah, true. Which is always funny because it's like this is a port of a game that came out like years ago. Like, what? You guys already waited for this game. You can't wait a couple more days. Bench. But yeah, shouts. Very excited to check that out soon. You jumping on it?
That was really good. I hope to finish Mouse by then, which I probably will, considering it's like a 12-hour game, and I think I'm more than halfway done.
Nice. Let's talk about what we've been playing. A lot of stuff came out this week. Jack, I actually don't know. Have you been playing anything interesting?
No, still not able to.
No problem, man.
He's on that Echo the Dolphin grind.
Yo, shout
Absolutely.
out. That collection looking kind of sweet though. Let's talk about what we've been playing then, Moon. Because we've both been playing Pragmata. You finished it. I'm like right at the end, like literally at the end. I'm a little annoyed because I'm like going for 100%. One of the trophies does require me to replay the game on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Also,
so I'm just doing it.
If you want me to talk just, it's not even endgame spoilers, but it's more like what the post game consists of. It's ludicrous. Like I was thinking about going and doing like 100%, except for everything of replaying the game on the hardest difficulty. I would do everything else, but it is literally just, I won't say spoilers, but it's what it consists of is literally not only 100%ing every area, but also rebattling every boss that is souped up. They made them harder.
Oh, okay.
And there's like this extra like little, I'm comparing it to the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC Remind, where it was you go off to this separate area and then all you do is just fighting, which is fine for me because I like the combat, but it is literally just clear rooms and then fight super bosses. and that's all this extra content post game is.
Interesting. I didn't
So
know there was like a post game.
it's weird to call it a post game, but I can't think of another word for it because it takes place after the game. You only get access to it after you run credits.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good to know.
But yeah, you go off like minor spoilers, but another tram opens up and says, "Hey, let's go check out this other area." And all it is just a
Gotcha.
big room and says, "Hey, do all these challenges," and that's all it is.
Okay, well, I'm actually glad to know that now, because I was like, oh man, am I gonna have to grind for the extra upgrades? But it seems like I can wait till post game to do that.
I mean, yeah, you could do that. Granted, most of your grinding is going to be done in that training sim thing because that's where
Yeah,
you get like all the coins and everything that you need for upgrading. Where I'm surprised doing all the training sim isn't a trophy achievement. Like I thought that would be.
yeah. There's some trophies that I'm like, why isn't this a trophy? Like 100%ing all the areas, I don't think is a trophy.
I thought it was, but that's
Oh,
definitely
maybe it
part
is.
of
I can check.
doing. That's definitely part of doing the post game. Like you have to even get access to. That's even the funny thing. You go to this room and it's just a bunch of smaller rooms. You get the first one automatically just by starting it, but then all the other rooms have these requirements, and their requirements are get 100% in the first area, get 100% in the second area, clear this super boss, clear this super boss, and that's how you access these other rooms to do other things. It's just like so. This game just makes you play so much. I'm just like, forget it. I'm not doing it.
But I do want to talk about the game itself. I'm loving it. I think this game is phenomenal.
It's my
I'm really
current game of the
surprised.
year.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's up there for me, definitely. I don't know if I like it more than Requiem, but I'll have to think about that. Uh, I really, really dig this game a lot. I think the combat is so innovative, so interesting. Like the idea of like it being a third-person shooter, but you also got to do these hacking mini games, and it gets to it's one of those things where it's like early on, it's like okay, well, it's simple, I could figure this out, and then they start throwing so much at you in the late game where it just starts to become like a full-on just cacophony of things to pay attention to that is so
Oh,
engaging and fun, and like you're just
oh, you thought it was
you're
bad.
pumped.
Wait for the last boss and what they throw at you. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that. No, I love the combat, but it's also additive of just a really like simple yet strong narrative. Like for one, I mean, I gotta shout out like just the sci-fi nature of this. It is very space sci-fi, which usually I don't care for, but I think the fact is that they go so hard with it, and there's so many terms and things that they like kind of explain, and it doesn't feel overwhelming or annoying. It's just actually like really simplistic, but also very easy to parse, but also
Yeah.
like there's more to it. There's complexities within the narrative, and then the
And what's
world
also
building.
interesting about it is, yes, the core of it is very simple, but you add on top of it by having so many mods and whatnot that you can run with different kinds of ways. My build,
Yeah.
I focused on heat a lot, where
Oh yeah, same.
I did every mod and weapon upgrade I can that increases heat. So I was just constantly spamming that like critical hit thing,
Yeah,
which definitely
same
made things a
here.
bit easier in some way, in some fights.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way, and I think it's really cool that the game allows you to kind of like experiment and try different builds like that. And I do want to shout out also. I just love the two main characters, Diana and Hugh. I like their
Yeah, they're great.
relationship. I know there's a lot of people like debating of like, oh well, they become close way too quick, and it's like I don't really feel that at all. I think they get close at a fine enough rate.
You
It
know, a
doesn't have.
reasonable pace for what is a 10 to 12 hour game.
Yeah, I see people who's like, oh well, Hugh hates kids, and now he immediately likes one. It's like he never said he hates kids. He just doesn't want kids. Like straight up, like he
He didn't want kids,
explains
but
that. It's
also
like,
he's thrown into this situation of all my crewmates are dead, and now I have to protect also this girl. It's like I don't have time for this. I got to get in contact with the Earth.
yeah, like he's in a really rough situation, but he's able to like work with Diana, and it's a very cute relationship. I love the bond they share, and I think it adds a lot with certain cutscenes as well, where the story goes. There was the twist I genuinely didn't expect. I thought it was a really well done twist. I'm into this game a lot. I'm excited to finish it. Hopefully tonight, I can get around to getting it done because, yeah, I mean, this is definitely up there for me at least.
Yeah, my only real gripes with the game are one. It's funny that your primary weapon you only get one other one, and it
Yeah.
sucks.
Well, what?
But
No, I like the assault rifle one. That one's good.
it doesn't do enough damage for me.
That's fair.
But I think granted, I've always leaned more into like one shot, one kill kind of weapons like that, where it's like I just have to aim right, boom, I hit you, I do a lot of damage. That's my kind of play style. But it just kind of sucks that all of your other weapons are so slow and situational, like so you can't really just keep swapping out to other weapons because you're only going to use the other one once and then get right back to your primary weapon. So it's like I do wish there was a little bit more variety there, but I mean we got mods and other stuff for that. I will say though, some are definitely better than others. Like I kept the shotgun on me at all times because just
The
of how much
shotgun's
damage it put in.
crazy.
The laser was cool for a minute, and I'm like, this requires too much load time. And
I like the missile launcher and shotgun. That's like my setup.
I tried using the missile launcher, but it never launched more than 2 for me at a time. I'm like, I need more missiles out.
I think the damage is enough to where like you can only you can definitely work with just 2.
The best one though is in the defensive category with well no, the other one was the support. My favorite was the Riot Buster where it knocked everyone on their feet. That was great. But the defensive one, the little hover drone that you get that attacks, that is fantastic. I'm glad I got that when I did because I definitely needed it for the final fight. And but yeah, all I can say about the final fight is, you know that SpongeBob meme of him doing like 5 different things at once? That's gonna be you.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, glad we're both really, really enjoying it. I know Fusion enjoyed it a ton.
I can't see this not being in my top 5 by the end of the year.
Yeah, it'd be really surprising. It's at least top 10 for me. You gonna jump into this, Jack? Pragmata?
Yeah, Vod. I have it. Waiting until I can play.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, you definitely need both hands for this.
Yeah, that's unless I can get an accessibility controller for Pragmata, I think I'll just wait.
Yeah, that
Wait,
Asha.
Is your hand broken?
Long story.
Okay, no, fair enough. Min, what else have you been playing?
Played mouse. I've been playing mouse.
Nice.
It's like I like it, but I'm not as high as I was hoping I'd be on it. It's very simplistic in its gameplay and just overall what it's doing. What I'm also finding weird is in the menus it says main quest and side quests, and everything so far, like I'm 8 hours in and I have yet to do a side quest. Everything has been listed under main quest. And what's even funnier is the main quest storyline is now branching into 2 different narratives. Like you have this one case that you're working on, but he literally says, you know what? I don't have any more leads on this case, so I'm going to put this on the back burner. I'm going to focus on this case now. Let me clear my mind and do another case in the meantime. So it's like, what's even the point of this? Just give me one case to work on and optional side stuff. But no, they're making you do these 2 quests as main quests. So I don't know. Maybe it loops all in the end in the back end of the story, but I do find that kind of weird. And the fact that I haven't even come across a side quest yet.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if maybe they're only accessible if you go back. I heard there was no level select though. So
no, there isn't. That's really my biggest gripe with the game right now is so you have to like go to these destinations, like let's say the bank level, the opera level, whatever. You have to drive on this little mini map and you go to the opera. It's like there is literally no point for this. Like, why not just automatically take me there? Because it's not like an open world game where you can go do something else on the map. Everything else, except for the level that you're supposed to go to, is locked. You can't even go revisit another level if you wanted to.
That's weird as hell.
So it's kind of like what Mafia, the first game. I don't know about the others, but the first Mafia, you had drove in this open world, but there was nothing to do except go to your mission, and it's the exact same thing here. So it's like why? And then another thing is you go to your home base where your office is, but there's also this little bar thing where some of the NPCs hang out that you have to talk to from time to time, and then also the upgrade equipment shop. But it's like you have this little hub world that you have to run around. It's like I don't want to run around the hub world. Just get me to my office.
Yeah, just take to the next level and next level. I get that there's so many games that it's just like there's a hub world for really no reason at all.
There is. It's like not even the overall hub world, but also the small hub for your home base. There is no reason for me to have to, because you park on like the street and you have to walk down the street to your office building and then climb up the stairs to go to your office. It's like, why am I doing this? Just take me to my office. So
no, I totally get why that'd be frustrating.
So it's just annoying because you're doing that after every level too. The only difference is like, oh, I have to go talk to Tammy for this lead. I'm like, okay, well, I'll go walk to the bar then. So at least for instances like that, it's okay. But it's kind of like so unnecessary.
Is the actual like boomer shooting gameplay like fun though?
It is, but it kind of suffers from what a lot of boomer shooters and shooters in general it is. You kind of lean on 1 to 2 weapons, and the others are like, well, I'm out of the ammo on the other one. I guess I'll use this one.
Yeah.
Because right now for me, it's the Tommy gun and the shotgun. Of course, shotguns are always the best.
Yeah, of course.
But the problem is with the shooting is the enemy variety is also very lacking. Like they are dressed differently per level, but they all do the same thing. Like you have the melee guy who runs at
That
you
was
with
my worry.
some kind of blunt object. You have the one guy who's shooting pistols at you. Then occasionally you'll get one other guy who's like a big brute who charges at you, or a sniper off like on a roof. But those are very far and few between. It's mainly shooting pistol guys and running at you with clubs guys. And they all attack the same way. They all die the same way. So it's kind of eh. And the boss fights aren't much better.
Yeah, that's
Like-
interesting.
Like they're not bad, but they're just kind of just, there.
I guess I don't really play any boomer shooter for the boss fights though, so that's not too surprising.
Yeah. And I will say the art style is great. Some of the the layout of like how you, because it's like one of those games where you go on this long path and then you just open up a door and you're right back at the beginning. And like, why couldn't I just gone through this damn door to get to the end? But the level design is great. The animations are great. And the story is meh. The line deliveries, even by Troy Baker, just kind of eh. I find the
enough.
funniest thing though is they promote this big, like weird, like the rubber hose animation style, but all the cutscenes are still images. Like,
Hey,
and the
listen,
power-
rubber hose
they
is
didn't even
expensive, man.
bother, and I don't even know if it's for because it's in multiple languages or whatever, but they didn't even try to match the lip flaps to everyone talking. Like it's not even close. So it's like you're playing a bad dub game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like one of those things where it's just there's probably, like you said, multiple different languages. I guess I never really thought of a rubber hose cartoon for having like really strong like mouth flapping.
Because granted, there
like-
wasn't really any talking in those cartoons mainly.
Exactly. I guess that was always my thing where I'm just like, oh man, this game's got a story, but it's like a rubber hose cartoon and a boomer shooter are not really things I would think of like you want to tell an enticing narrative with.
Yeah, they're trying to, but the problem is it's not working.
Are there too many cheese jokes for you?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
And if it's not a name of a character or a pun on a company name or just swearing, it's they use fondue a lot.
That's,
like-
that's funny though. I like that.
I mean, it's entertaining, but it would have been better in like an 8-hour game than a 12-hour game.
Yeah, I'm
It's like,
actually,
we're in some sticky fondue, I tell you.
I love that. I'm excited to check it out. I definitely
Yeah.
still want to hear, but I will definitely set my expectations accordingly to get a really cool boomer shooter.
Yeah.
If that's everything we've been playing, I do want to shout out a small piece of breaking news from my man Jack. Jack, Mina the Hollower has officially gone gold. Yacht Club Games posted this. The game is complete and has begun the submissions process with our first party partners. We'll know the release date soon, and as soon as we can share it, you'll know it. Just give us the release date, man.
I like how they gone gold before they even settled on a release date.
It's at a certain point, like, come on.
Yeah,
But
I suppose
that's exciting.
it means they've finished, and anything holding it up now is certification and rubbish like that.
Man,
So,
they gone gold and they were supposed to release last October. What happened?
I don't know.
yeah,
That's tough.
I
also,
don't know. I'm hoping it's out within like the next. I mean, they're still saying spring, so maybe
hey
it's
man,
out.
maybe
They're come down to the wire if it's supposed to be spring.
I hope it somehow like ekes out. It's like right at the end of May or something. But then it's like right in the middle of like 007 and whatnot, so they may just save it to June.
Yeah, when does spring officially end? Is it like mid to late June? I can't remember.
First day of
21st.
summer.
It'll be the summer solstice, won't it?
The summer solstice. We're releasing on the eclipse.
June 21st is technically the first day of summer, so they do have all of June, I guess.
Yeah, take that, Keeley, with your summer game fest.
Do you guys think like I don't think they ever think about like how actual seasons work?
No.
when it comes to
No.
these like things. I think they're like, oh, see, technically it counted.
I think they will use it if it's convenient, and they will say it's still-
Exactly. I also want to shout out, I forgot to put this. Gang of Dragon developer Negoshi Studios has deleted their YouTube account. NetEase recently announced they would stop all funding for the game, which is helmed by the creator of the original Yakuza. I got that from Okami Games.
Yeah, so that game's most
fucking
likely dead.
sucks. I mean, dude, PlayStation, Xbox, like, guys, this is an easy win. Like, just scoop it up. I feel like it'd be weird if no one scooped this game up because I feel like this is such an easy win.
And it kind of makes you think why NetEase is like
Because they're
discontinued. Like
stupid.
there's something behind the scenes going on that's like something about this game is too expensive or too something, and they're like,
I think
no,
it was more expensive than they thought it would be. Like the $44 million.
Now, granted, I know NetEase also cutting down like things like even Marvel Rivals, their moneymaker, is like cutting down on a lot of stuff too.
Exactly. Their CEO is also very dumb because he straight up wanted to like cancel Marvel Rivals. It's like, we'll make a hero shooter with our own characters. It's like, you are stupid. Thank God they did that.
The last two that failed.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I don't know. But hey, we'll see. Hopefully it comes back because that game did look really cool from the Game Awards. But yeah, I think that's it. Boys, thank you for joining me. I had a lot of fun. Quick and fun podcast. I think we talked a lot about the cool games coming out, a lot of the cool games we're playing now, interesting news headlines, Xbox seemingly on the uprise at least. I think we're good to head out though. Thank you guys for joining me yet again. If you guys want to find us, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever your favorite podcasts are found, we're on them. Like the podcast, help us out a ton, and follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky, a slice of gaming, all one word. With that, I think we're gonna head out. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
Praise be to the X-Boss.
Thank you, Asha.